St. Charles girl takes oath as Indian princess. This story was carried in the Saginaw News of August 17, 1947. An upraised hand, a solemn oath, and Ella Catherine Shaper became Princess Squawa-wa-Ness, first princess of the Saginaw Valley Chippewa Indians. The simple ceremony took place Friday at the St. Charles home of Arthur Henry, who also is Iron Star, chief of the Saginaw Valley Chippewa Indians. The rite translated the 15-year-old granddaughter of the chief from a smiling schoolgirl to a full-fledged Indian princess with all the responsibilities normally connected with such a lofty title. The oath she took was as simple as the ceremony: to take part in all Chippewa councils, to attend all Chippewa meetings, and to dedicate her life to preserving and passing down Chippewa customs, rituals, and laws. Ella, or Princess Squawa-wa-Ness, has been preened for the office from the day that she took her first toddling steps. Her mother discarded the mantle of Princess Nanda when her daughter made her vows on Friday. The mother had been a princess from the day of her birth. It was understood that someday her daughter would take her place in tribal hierarchy. English equivalent of Squawa-wa-Ness is red flower, and Ella fits the title. Slender and attractive, the youthful princess looks like the typical American high school girl. Next month, she will return to Haskell Indian Institute at Lawrence, Kansas. A junior, she looks forward to the day when 2 years hence she will enter the University of Michigan to study law. Her grandfather considers a law degree a necessity if she is to carry out the duties as Princess of the Chippewas. Chief Ironstar also attended the Haskell Indian Institute. He attended the University of Kansas for 3 years before returning to his native Michigan. Now 54 years old, Chief Ironstar is a Mason by trade and a respected member of the St. Charles community. He divides his time between earning a living and guiding the destinies of 350 Chippewas still living in the Saginaw Valley. He is the first elected chief to hold office among the Saginaw Indians. Prior to his election, 25 years ago, the headdress of chief was handed down from father to son. Gradually, however, the former fierce and proud Chippewa realized that if they were to compete with the white man's democracy, they must have a leader better equipped than the mantle of heredity would allow. Apparently, they were satisfied with their choice. Most of the 350 Saginaw Valley Chippewas annually migrate to Detroit, where they hold their council and conduct the business of their tribe. Each year, they have a chance to choose a new chief if they wish, and there has never been a successful attempt at this made. Chief Ironstar has fared all right the few times he has come before the white man's bar of justice. Some years ago, he was largely instrumental in defending the red man's right to personal tax exemption. Another time, a member of the tribe ran afoul of the law when he refused to buy a license for his dog. Chief Ironstar obtained a ruling that, by virtue of the Chippewa Treaty with the white man, the Indian could let his dog run unhampered by the tag of civilization. At present time, he is conducting a campaign against the desecration of his forefathers' graves by the curious and relic-seeking white man. He asserts that his ancestors have the same rights to dignity in death as do the whites, and the chief does not indulge in such trite appeals as asking that the graves not be disturbed so the warriors may hunt happily in the happy hunting ground. He is a Christian and claims that most of the members of his tribe are too. He bases his claim on a strictly modern view. If I were to enter a white man's cemetery, tip over the tombstone, and disturb the casket, I would be sent to jail. If I were to dig out the bones of a white man and put them in a glass case for everybody to stare at, I would probably spend the rest of my life in jail, he continues. And that is the way we feel about the graves of our ancestors. They deserve to rest in peace. He now is engaged in an effort to get a court ruling as to whether disturbing Indian mounds falls into the legal category of desecration of graves. He is of the opinion that it does. If the fight takes that long, he expects to have a bright young attorney to defend the Indian side, Princess Squawawness Redflower, first princess of the Saginaw Valley Chippewa Indians.